We are back, fabulous friends, for another Flesh and Blood video. Hello and welcome again. Today we have something a little bit special for you. You may recall last week I mentioned the fact that Josie and I, were off to Toronto, Ontario to meet with the distributors of Flesh and Blood in Canada, Prince Distribution. So we have some parts of that interview that I would like to show you in a few minutes. But first of all, stick around because at the end, towards the end of this video, we will have an update on what will be happening this coming weekend. So Saturday, October 2nd at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. This will be the mega case break. Box breaks of Tales of Aria. We will be opening 4 cases or 16 boxes on camera for you. We have participants. Well, I'm going to get back to that at the end of the video, like I said, and I will also be going over the types of prizes that can be won for the onlookers as well. All right, so before I get into our little interview here with Prince Distribution, let me just tell you that if you are an LGS, you may have come into contact, obviously, with Prince because they are your distributors of Flesh and Blood. But just know that Prince Distribution also carries products such as Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Leaf, Tops, just to name a few. So if you already have an account with them, you know all about that. Perhaps, if not, take into consideration that they may be able to cater to your needs if you are looking also for those products as well, obviously, as Flesh and Blood. All right, so let's have a quick look at that little interview, and I'll be back with you for some other important information. All right, here we are, fabulous friends. We are at the headquarters of Prince Distribution in North York, near Toronto, Canada. For those of you from are all over the world, you've got to be situated here. And I'm with one of the managing partners of Prince Distribution here, Amar Dayani. Hello, Amar.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for having us, I should say. And we will be asking you a few questions, if you don't mind. We'd like to know a little bit about you. So maybe tell us a little bit about Prince Distribution, its origins, its mission, and its growth over the years, how you guys have come to be what you are today.
Yeah, definitely. So Prince Distribution is a distribution company for trading card games, specifically obviously Flesh and Blood, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Topps sports cards, among some others. We've been around for about 30 years. But we've seen a lot of growth over the past 12 to 24 months, specifically with Flesh and Blood becoming what it is today. Our mission is to provide Canadians with the best distribution program, and that includes customer service, best pricing in regards to other distributors, and just providing LGSs the best experience in working with a distributor.
Sounds good. I'm sure, Amar, that our viewers are mostly interested in finding out how Prince Distribution actually became the distributor in Canada for Flesh and Blood. Can you give us a little bit of information in that regard?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, as a distributor, you're always talking to store owners on a daily basis. We have hundreds of conversations on a daily basis, and Flesh and Blood started coming up in a lot of our daily conversations almost every day back in September of 2020. So people were asking us, so we looked into it, we did our due diligence, and a couple of things that we always keep in mind is that it takes a successful game, 2 things to become successful. One is obviously a strong secondary market and people actually collecting it and it having value. But the most important thing is people need to be playing the game. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that Flesh and Blood does really well. It's a very fun game, and it's supported and backed by really smart people that really believe in organized play.
I was about to ask something that has to do a little bit with that. How would you compare the growth of Flesh and Blood from what you've seen with what you've seen in the past in terms of other TCGs too?
Right, definitely. So I mean, in the past, we've all seen games come and go. Mm-hmm. The ones that don't really last for a long time are the ones that don't check off both boxes, as mentioned. One, having a strong secondary market, and 2, organized play. So we've seen a lot of games come and go in the past because, once again, we've been doing this for about 30 years, but we looked into Flesh and Blood. It checked all the boxes. So, we reached out, and the rest is history.
So basically what you're telling me here is that over a period of just 1 year, you reached out to them, you were able to gain distribution, and how many stores already in Canada now?
We're in just about 300 stores in less than 12 months.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And I take it that there are stores that are in every province and every territory?
We're in every single province and territory in the country.
At least one outlet, or probably even more.
Yeah, multiple outlets in every province, and we're in our brothers and sisters north of us too.
All right, that is so amazing. Now, there's a lot of things that we could get into, but I mean, our viewers are probably interested also in finding out, as we turn to the future, I mean, what is in store for Prince Distribution? How do you view things, and what is your, future?
Definitely. I mean, we're always just keen on delivering the best experience that any LGS can get from a distributor. We understand how hard it is to get product these days from other distributors, and the pricing issues and the supply issues. I guess that's what makes us great, is because we do give out the most fair allocations in the country. And with that being said, we want to continue doing that. We want to continue working with more local game stores. We want to continue finding new opportunities and new games that will last, because we want to make sure that the gaming side of Canada just continues to grow.
Well, I can tell you that what we've seen so far, you guys are on the right track, and we really appreciate you guys. We think, I might be a little bit biased, but I think you guys are the best distributors of Flesh and Blood in the whole wild world. So there you go. Well, short interview, but I guess we got the gist of what things are like here. And once again, thank you very much for hosting us. And actually, we want to do a little bit something. Josie, do you have something close here? It's not my fault. It's the fault of Leila Fernandez. It's not wine here, because you know that we love wine, right? So it's not wine, although it looks like it might be. But Leila Fernandez, our Canadian, started this at the U.S. Open, tennis U.S. Open. I don't know if you've been following it a little bit. So she's the one that mentioned that we have something very special here in Canada. And have a look inside right away.
This is too kind, Mark.
Well, this is our pleasure for hosting us. And I know you're familiar with this because you're Canadian. Well, here in Canada, it's a Canadian product. There you go, our Canadian maple syrup.
Oh wow!
Remember the tennis one? But this one is produced from Quebec, so maybe you can try this one. We got one for Imran also. So Imran was unable to be with us in this interview, but we found out everything. Well, it's a pleasure. So I hope you guys have found a little bit more about Prince Distribution. If you have a chance to talk with them, I mean, if you're an LGS in Canada, for sure you've had dealings with them. If you are a player or a collector or whatever, you have now you know where your product goes through. I mean, everything comes through here at Prince Distribution before going to your LGS. So there you have it, a little bit more information for you. I hope you appreciate it. So again, thanks a lot. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you soon. All right, so I'm actually moving around here in the front store of Prince Distribution, where they do have, as you can see, quite a little bit of product. The warehouse is all in the back, and quite a nice place to, there you go, Josie is actually showing you a few of the things that we have here, and Morris pretending to work over there, So there you have it. I hope, guys, that you have enjoyed this little piece of 5-minute interview that we did with Amar. Really good guy. And by the way, these people at Prince Distribution are such hard workers. We have seen it for being there. It's busy. They're buzzing all around as we were there. And they work so hard. And I can tell you one thing. Of course, they are lucky on their side to have such a great product in Flesh and Blood to distribute in Canada. But I can tell you that Legend Store Studios is also very lucky to have such committed distributors here in Canada doing an excellent, a great job. You wouldn't believe it if you had seen it for your own eyes. But anyway, that being said, by the way, before I go on, I just want to mention something else here. We mentioned LGSs. We mentioned buying from your local game store. I've done it before, but I'm reiterating it again. This coming weekend, we're doing a box opening on the channel, and you guys are receiving those cards from me. But I want to tell you that first and foremost, always, if you have a local game store in your area, you must, I strongly encourage you to encourage them, right? So they are the people that are supplying the place to play. They are paying for the overhead and so on and so forth. So any cards, any TCGs that you are involved in, please make it a special habit of, first of all, supporting your local game store. That's what's most important, buying local and making sure that they are around to support the games that we all love to play. And of course, there are online channels such as this one that complement them and also make sure that you are able to have fun and because we're also promoting the product, right, and helping not only Legend Store Studios, hopefully a little bit, but also the LGSs in your area by getting the information around that these products exist and that they are able to count you as their customers. All right, so there you have it for that little piece of the interview and what went on with Prince Distribution. Now I want to get to, as promised, to what will be happening this coming weekend. All right, so October 2nd, Saturday, we will have a mega box opening, case breaks, 4 cases, a total of 16 boxes. Now we're all sold out. I had to limit to 12 people because, this would be a little bit long. We figure it may be around 3 hours total. So why are you thinking, why am I saying 12 people and 16 boxes? Well, simply, we wanted to help out a little bit here. So Josie and I will be keeping the last box of every case. And the reason being, we open a case and we will have 3 of you. So box 1, box 2, box 3 of that 4-box case, right? And if a legendary comes out, which probably it will in the first 3 boxes, I don't want participant number 4 of that same case to be, to know that his chances of getting a legendary are a little lower. So what we'll do is that we will keep that box for us. We'll open it for you right on camera, but Josie and I will be keeping, that will be our box in every case, the last box of each of the 4 cases. So 12 of you participants plus us, 1 box in each of the 4 cases. So that's where you get your 16 boxes total opened. And as I mentioned before, now we are, you've seen it probably on camera, we've pulled the Fable. We've been lucky enough to do that. And 3 of the 6 legendaries. Now we are still missing 3 for our collection. So if I pull a legendary that I'm still missing, obviously I will keep it for my collection. But here's the bonus. If we pull a legendary that we already own, what we will do is that we will take that legendary and we will draw it amongst all of the actual 9 people that participated in the event this weekend. So you will have an extra chance of getting an extra legendary if we have it. So that'll be a little bit of a bonus. And why am I saying this? I'm getting into the prizes because as we go along and we are opening those 4 cases, now you must be present for the premiere, right? So Saturday at 1 o'clock, if you're an onlooker, whether you're a participant or an onlooker, you're eligible to the prizes that we're going to be giving out also at that time. So we're going to have actually 8 mini contests embedded in these case breaks. How this is going to work is that every time we open 2 boxes, so basically twice per case, I will be asking you guys a question. Because this is a premiere, we will have the chat section right there. I will be asking a question, and the first one who answers correctly that question wins the prize. Now, just to give you an idea of these prizes, there will be 8 sets of prizes, right? 8 of you will be winners. And I just wanted to give you an idea of what you may win. We actually have amongst those sets of 8 prizes, a full set over here. Look at this, the Blitz decks, all 3 of them of the Aria. This will actually be 1 prize. There will be 8 such prizes, not always these. For example, another prize will be something like unopened packs of Tales of Aria, just like this. 3 packs actually sent out to you just like this, unopened, for your pleasure of cracking the packs. That's another gift. We also have, as another example, we have some promo cards to give away. Those promo cards that I've given part of them away, but I still have them received from Legend Store Studios. A gift from James White to you guys, just for being adepts and followers of Flesh and Blood and followers of these channels. Us as content creators, we do have a fun role that we like to play in helping promote the wonderful game that Flesh and Blood is. So that's just an example here of 3 of the 8 types of prizes that we're going to have. So every case that we open, 2 times twice. So every 2 boxes, keep you guys on your toes there and watching. Now, I want to stress that if you are watching this video, I'm letting you know right away that this will be premiering, again, October 2nd, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, this coming Saturday. And to win these prizes, you must be watching the premiere, right? These questions will be done at the premiere, answered on the chat. You guys will have your answers on the chat and be right away able to tell you which one of you actually wins those 8 prizes that we're going to have. Okay, so you need to be watching it. If you're watching it in a deferred or a day or a week later, this will not count. You will see the questions anyway appear because you're watching the video, right? But you will not be eligible only if you're watching the premiere. You must be watching the premiere. Hopefully you'll also be a subscriber, and we will be giving those prizes away with pleasure and shipping them to you as soon as you win them. Okay, so you don't have to be one of the 12 participants who actually bought a box opening to be able to win these prizes. Everybody's eligible as long as you are watching the premiere. All right, so I hope I've been as clear as possible. Very anxious, Josie and I are, to until we get to that on Saturday. And meanwhile, I invite you to watch probably the next video, Thursday-ish. There will be a special video where I'm going to give you my take on what's going on in the market. So a market update video, basically, and I will be telling you what I think about what's going on, and basically what I think the future could hold for Flesh and Blood, and in which direction I think they just may be going to solve a couple of the little problems we've had with the latest launches here in terms of availability and price of the products going up and then down all of a sudden, and so on and so forth. So don't miss that next video, market update video. That's all I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. We will see you very soon. Stay in tune and take care out there. Bye-bye for now.